So I think I'm finally ready to commit to what is the programming equivalent of a Minecraft Forever world, which in my case, I'm going to call a Forever app because I'm building a React Native app. And this is honestly to kind of prove something to myself that I can work on something for a really, really long time and still be motivated and, like continue to iterate on it. Because in university, I was always working on like projects. Like every weekend, I'd be spinning up something new. Like if there's a new framework, if there's something, some new technology, I was always using it. And that was good for my personal development and my development as a programmer because it helped me to fall in love with the process of like learning and learning all of these new things. But I think there is something to be said about working on something for a really, really long time. And so this is my attempt at that. And I'm going to be creating a React Native app called My Little Gym Bro, which is basically just like a macro tracker, similar to like MyFitnessPal or Macro Factor. But the reality is I was just too cheap to pay for either one of those options. And so I was like, oh, I bet I could make an app that probably does the same thing. And, I made an app. So it'll have like the basic features and also like some AI stuff, but I'll make that AI stuff like bring your own API key. So if you don't care about AI at all, you don't have to worry about it. But if you do, you can just get an API key and pay for the stuff that you use. So I'm not gonna like charge anything. The stack for this is going to be React Native and Expo, which if you haven't worked with either of those like recently, I would highly, highly recommend it, especially if you know React already, because the Expo team has put so much work into making like cross-platform development such a seamless experience. Like the dev experience with having like Expo Go to be able to test out the app on your phone and like all these different things, just super fire. And they've done such a great job. And so they were my choice for this. Aside from that, and aside from like a few packages that I'm using from them, I'm not actually using a ton of frameworks in this project. So I'm not using like a styling framework. I'm not even using an ORM. Like I'm actually just writing just like raw SQL and talking to the SQLite database that way. And I know it sounds crazy, and you're probably worried there's going to be like some gnarly mess of code, which like it could be, but my goal is to not make it that way. But I did this on purpose because I feel like recently, every time I've tried to learn something new, I've been learning more of a framework and less of just like I don't know, like just normal programming. Like I've spent more time trying to figure out how to do something in a specific framework than I have like critically thinking about how an app is going to work or how this function is going to do this, this, and that, right? And so I just want to bring back those critical thinking skills. And so I just kept it super plain, super vanilla. And I'm hoping this way I'll be able to make it so that I can just like think through things and that the code or the framework isn't going to be a bottleneck for me, but it'll just be like my ability to critical think. So I'm looking forward to that. Um, I'm writing it in TypeScript, which is super key, I feel like. Um, TypeScript and React is just such a beautiful combination, and I highly, highly recommend it. If you're still using JavaScript, like that's super cool, and that's like fine, but TypeScript and React is just like a really, really great experience, so I highly recommend it. And then yeah, I have like a GNU license on this, so it's like pretty open source. But yeah, aside from that, I'm using this tool called CodeRabbit, which I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I'm pretty sure you have, but basically they are just like an AI like MRPR review tool. So I'm looking forward to using this because I really, really suck at writing commit messages, but CodeRabbit will do like an AI summary of like, the things that you did and the changes that you made. Not sponsored by them at all. Like, dude, I wish. But I'm gonna try it out and I'm gonna see how it works because I think that as much as I suck at writing commit messages, it's super, super important to be able to kind of document what's happening at each stage. And so if this can summarize my changes, it will have already like 10x its worth and like it'll be great. And so I'm gonna try this out. I think I'm just on the free plan right now, but I think there's like a free like you can get a free license for like open source projects. So like maybe once my project gets bigger and like people start using it, then I'll start considering that. But yeah, so there's like CodeRabbit, I'm using that. There's also another one called greptile that I've used in the past. And so I might use greptile. I don't know. Either way, CodeRabbit, I'm trying CodeRabbit out first and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm just excited for this experience. Like, I think it's going to be great to work on something for a really, really long time. And I'm documenting it so that hopefully y'all can learn something from like my experience, you know?